Good evening. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. Welcome to tonight's very first Professor Space's very first class. Our class tonight is going to be on jealousy. Now, as you could see on our whiteboard, you see this right here? You see this dull looking symbol? That's the Steez symbol, right? It represents Steez. Very angry, very hurt, just a grumpy old man, right? And if you notice, I don't know, I gotta, that's why it's the first class, we're working out the kinks. But if you notice right here, we have a dick going toward his eye because he likes that type of stuff. So anyway, we have a star pupil tonight that we're trying to convert, or should I say re-educate. Consider this like concentration camp for our star pupil. His name is Richard Banks. So everybody, look at Richard Banks right there. Matter of fact, Rich, could you go in the back? Because Shorty in the behind you can't see, your head too big. All right, so just sit all the way in the back. All right, we got Richard Banks in the back. That's him right there. He's currently a dum-dum, so you're gonna have to forgive him. It's gonna take a little while for him to pick up on certain things, but that's what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? I'm your teacher for a reason. What we talking about, right? Now, Richard Banks, is that like Dick Banks? They call you Dick? Well, isn't that like Sperm Bank? Dick Banks, Sperm Bank? Oh, okay, Richard says that his nickname is Sperm. So throughout the duration of our class, at least of right now, we're going to refer to Mr. Banks as Sperm. So everyone, once again, give a salute to Sperm in the back. And everyone else that, knows my flow from other classes that I've done, you already know what's up. But let's get right to it, right? Anyway, so this is the Steez symbol because he represents jealousy. Even this symbol, see this anger? Look like he's angry at any and everything at the world. And that scowl, that is a representation of jealousy, right? I'm a teacher, but am I going to, let's see. How we spell jealousy? Lose. You know what? We're going to call him Jea-Lousy. Just trying to make sure. I think that is how you spell jealousy, but I want you to pronounce it Jea-Lousy because he's lousy. Steez represents any and everything Jea-Lousy, right? So we're going to talk about Jea-Lousy, and it's going to be related to Steez. Now, as many of you know from previous classes that date back as far as 2017, you are familiar about the alleged the South by Southwest trip that Steez and G. Spence went on, where there was a white guy in the hotel, yada, yada, yada. And I'm sure a lot of you are familiar that Steez claims his beef with me sources back to that one incident. It all started with South by Southwest and him at the hotel with the white boy. Now, what did I say that got Steez all riled up? Well, at the time, there were a couple of people that were saying Steez snitched on someone. And what does Steez like to fake like he is and act like he is? I'm going to write it in big words for y'all. Steez wants you to believe he is a gangster, if you could see that. Like I said, this is the first class. We're going to work out the little kinks. That might be better. Steez wants you to believe that he is a gangster, even though we know that he is not. All right, make some room. We're going to keep the Jea-Lousy symbol and the dick that would go toward his face because he likes that. Oh, is that why you've been in dum-dum class, Sperm? Richard Banks, Dick Banks, bank full of a whole bunch of dicks all in his presence. Oh, okay, yeah, because Steez is into that. I know. We all know how that nigga gets this down. Disco fever and shit, penis having pneumonia and all that shit. Well, we're not going to waste too much time. But for people that's new, now Sperm, you just saw this video a few days ago. You commented on it. You had some other silly comments to say, but I put the challenge out to you for you to address Steez with the actual truth. And what is the truth? Well, this is the crux of what I had to say in this video that Steez claims I said that he snitched in. I jumped down, and that's at the point where you seen them all zoinked out at the beginning of the video. So if I was in that situation, I was up in a hotel and I seen a white boy get on the roof and jump down 2 times, I'm gonna call the cops too. He probably saved his life. So no, that was not a snitch move. That was a good pedestrian move. You seen. All right. So here you have what I did on March 30th of 2017 in relation to Steez was this. I'll make this big so you could see it. I showed him. That represents love. I was showing him love. Steez, don't get too excited. I don't mean that type of shit with the heart. Don't confuse it. This is just a symbol to recognize, me just trying to show some solidarity and love on some bro shit. And I don't know funny, the type of way that you like. Please, do not get this misconstrued. But I was showing him love. That clip that you just heard, that was an example of support, right? As many of you know, I tried to purchase even one of his shirts that has the Jea-Lousy symbol on it. Now, what the fuck do I need with a shirt with a Jea-Lousy symbol on it? Well, when I was going to start my own show, I said I wanted to premiere and wear it, show some solidarity, part of the whole showing love situation, yada, yada, yada. Right? You listening, Sperm? Okay. Huh? What you want? Now, you can't go to the bathroom now. Just... We're going to be done in a few. Just hold it if you can. Please. Thank you. Right? So, as you could hear, I showed him love. Now, I challenged Steez to address the video in which he claims that I said that he snitched in, that you just heard a clip of. And if you'd like to go to this video yourself, it's a reposting, but it's called The Video. Steez claims I called him a snitch in. Comment if you agree or disagree. Just look a few videos down below this presentation that you're currently watching, and you'll be able to find it, as Sperm has been able to find. And, anyway, right? So I showed him love, right? I'm going to take that off the screen, make some room. Now, so you may ask, Professor Space, if you showed him love and was defending him and talking against people that were calling him a snitch and whatnot, what is his actual beef with you then? You know what? Why did I even erase that? I should not have erased it. The beef is due to, we're going to keep that up there because that's the aim of our lesson, right? Jea-Lousy. Steez is Jea-Lousy, right? Now you may be asking, well, what is he Jea-Lousy about? I'll summarize it, right? This is Steez. Now, Steez is actually this skinny, so this is really to scale, but anything else I draw, don't believe that they're as skinny. Oh, we gotta put the, angry face. Hope you guys are able to see that good enough, right? That's Steez, right? Now, these are other people. At least this is what he likes to act like he feels. Because, Steez is fairly tall, 6'4", yada, yada. So these are other people. So Steez is used to, in many ways, in his twisted mind and his arrogant mind, he's used to feeling that he's above other people, including by way of height, yada, yada, yada. So he's used to this. He fancies himself having been a lady man. I mean, we know he's an ugly motherfucker, but, he still fancies himself as such. I mean, tall, yada, yada, yada. Back in the day, he didn't look as fucked up as he is now, as you know. What has he been smoking consistently since 94? Jerry, in the back? That's right, crack cocaine. So he's way different than he was even recent as like 9 years ago, right? So he's used to getting a lot of, we'll put AT&T, right? But this isn't for the phone, Bill, for the phone. ATT stands for attention. So we're going to show attention and point it at Steelos right there, right? So, we're going to have to make some room here, right? Because now we're going to draw where I come in, or where I came in at the time. We're going to actually break into this word of Jea-Lousy. It's almost apropos. It's like poetic, how I'm doing this. Now, this is me when I came along, at least according to him. According to him, this is me. Happy, give me a nice smile, big eyes that, he always talks about how people take notice to my eyes. So we're going to go with the big eyes if you could see. I don't know. Can you see that there? We're going to work it out like this, right? He's used to looking like a nut. I'm every bit the nut that I look in that picture. Let me put this back. So that's what I'll do. I'll bring the little jumbotron up there if you can't see it, right? So I come along and I am this, right? He's used to towering above all those other people, stuff like that, Tone Space comes along. And now, you see that stilos? Your man Space, right? So, what kicked in real hard? The jealousy. The jealousy, right? It kicked in overdrive as soon as I came on the scene, so to speak, right? And remember, he had an arrow. That was the attention to him, right? But what happened is now, at least how he's seeing it, the attention, I get more arrows of attention my way, right? And by way of me getting more attention, right? A lot of attention, Steezy got one joint at him right there. Me, whole bunch, right? So that caused tension, right? Let me make some room on this board, right? So that caused tension, getting the attention. All right. How y'all doing? Y'all cool so far? Y'all following me? We're going to have a quiz next class. So, do pay attention, take notes, everything you got to do, stuff like that. Okay, so we're going to keep Jea-Lousy still up there because he is lousy and he is jealous, right? Now, where was I? Give me a second here. Shh, please. Do that later. Get a hotel or something. Y'all can't be doing that up in here, man. Come on, sir. Really? Come on, B. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention, B. All right, thank you. All right, so, according to him, he was used to, I don't know, having a certain sway, a certain swagger, a certain level of attention. Tone Space comes along, and now instead of looking down, as he likes to look down on people, he's now looking up. He's like, oh, shit. So what does that mean? That means any type of gesture that I may make that is positive, all I'm going to get back in return is, we're going to bring this symbol back. No matter what love I show, if I show any form of, let me show you. If I show any form of love, like defending him in a video where people were calling him a snitch, what I get in return is the Jea-Lousy symbol. Again, with a penis toward his eye, since he is gay, right? This penis doesn't even have a thing to piss out of this, right? So now do you understand? Do you understand the reason why Steez will not even acknowledge that I defended him in that one video? Oh, and another thing, because we all know that he's a bit slow to think that he could get away with that, but he also thinks this of you, his crowd, who he keeps trying to, pump fake with you and say, oh, Tone Space slandered me. You called me a snitch, even though I've directed people to where you could see that I did the direct opposite and defended him, right? He also thinks that you are, as per your name, he thinks that you are all dum-dums. In fact, he thinks that you are so much dum-dums that you would not put a B in either of the words dumb. So he thinks y'all are super stupid, right? And in some cases he is correct, but that's why we have a class like this to kind of get people out of that, you know, that faulty way of thinking and to think logically, to think fairly. You know, even if we could slip in some morality of how to operate in life and do things in which we could attract positive things toward us instead of entertaining a person that is Jea-Lousy, right? So, the lesson, what we take home from this, right? What do we take home from this? Okay, Space, you went down history. You talked about how he said you slandered him. You were showing him love. There's also a whole bunch of other lies that he said. Oh, you were starting your own show. You were sneaking around. You were snake to this person, that person. Meanwhile, I was showing him love. But anything I did, he rejected it and opposed it. He looked at it as an attack. Why did he look at it as an attack? Because he is Jea-Lousy. So since Steez is Jea-Lousy, he could only see me through hateful frames. The only glasses he could look at me in are a hateful lens. In fact, he has hateful contact lenses because he always sees this way. He don't even take them shits off at night. So no matter what I do to show love, he's going to look at it as an attack because my very existence or coexistence by proxy of him in distance is an attack. It's nothing I could do. There's no way I could be as cool to him as he wants. He's going to see it as an attack because my very existence is an attack because he is Jea-Lousy, right? Now, as I was telling Sperm in a comment when he was talking his little shit last night, I was breaking down this lesson to him. In fact, let's see, Sperm, do you have the little lesson plan that I sent you last night? Let me get that. Pardon me. Get the little thing from Sperm. Stop that. Come on now. What y'all doing? Y'all are some wild motherfuckers up in here. Excuse me. I know I shouldn't curse, but y'all are some wild motherfuckers in this class, man. Come on now. I'm not your parent, you know. I'm learning you something. Be easy. Okay, Sperm. Thank you. Okay, Sperm is giving me the part of the lesson that I was showing him last night. Let's pull that up. Oh, okay. So, this is the little lesson that I was giving to Sperm just last night, pre-class. You know, so he has a little edge, because you remember, he's coming from Dum-Dumville. So he needs these little things, little lessons that explain a little more and a little more detailed. So when he comes to class, he could catch up to you regular folk that would never fuck with the Jea-Lousy Steez because you're not idiots, right? So that's what I told him, right? I said, okay, you have some stuff to say to appease to the host. That's Steez, right? Last night. That's natural. Everyone does it. But I challenge you to keep it real. Since you've watched this video, meaning the video in which Styles claims I said that he snitched, the one that I actually defended him in, right? Since you have watched this video, you clearly see I was defending Steez, not trying to slander him as he claims. It's strange, isn't it, that Steez never acknowledges that, but claims I was attacking him. He also claims that this attack is the source of his issues with me. I challenge you to confront him with the truth. You'd rather stay quiet knowing this guy is a senseless nut? Fair enough. But Sperm, get value from this. Learn the clear and present lesson. And that is, and I want everyone to take notes right now because this is going to be on your test, right? When you catch wind of someone being intensely jealous of you, never lift a finger to help them or to defend them. This crying, depressed chump that Sperm was listening to did the complete invert in regard to what I did that he's spewing. He just said the total opposite. I was actually trying to look out for him, and he couldn't see past his Jea-Lousy contact lenses. He just sees me as a threat to his, his senses or whatever. So anything I do, any show of love or whatever, he's gonna see it as an attack, right? So. And he does that after 5 years. He still goes back to the same old nonsense, right? So at the same time, I was telling Sperm and any of you other people, you want to poke your head into a dum-dum class. Enjoy it for what it is, the antics, but do not, and I repeat, do not take anything over there serious or expect to learn any real stand-up values. Because as you could see, the teacher over there is completely disingenuous. He is very Jea-Lousy, and I'm sure that I'm not the only one that he has shown his Jea-Lousiness toward, So, yeah, that's the take-home lesson, everybody. Never, now, without reading it from the pamphlet, I want to say it so you can actually see my expression. Please, never do anything to help someone that you know is jealous of you. It could actually be very dangerous in certain situations. Avoid them as much as you can. You follow me? What you see in Steesville is a classic example. It's actually a super example. People like this are going to do everything they can not to even acknowledge that you were helping them. They can't even see it. No matter what, no matter how many times that I explain and show audio and video proof that I was trying to assist them in that guy snitching video, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, he doesn't even acknowledge it. He knows better, but he's not going to acknowledge it. And as I also said, Steez is, even though he teaches dum-dum class, Steez is very slow, because you have to be retarded. He has to be retarded not to know that it's obvious that I was defending him in that video and not saying he snitched. So instead of just eating that and saying, okay, you were defending me, but you know what, I don't like you. He doesn't have to even admit to his Jea-Lousiness. He could fabricate some more other shit and say, oh, I don't like you because whatever. Even though I said that was the source of the issue and that was the core of why I have an issue with you. Make up some other shit, but at least acknowledge that, right? So he thinks that you are slow, Sperm and all the other people in his arena. And he is slow himself to think that y'all will fall for that, because I, not Sperm nor any of the other dum-dums in his class, I do not see you that slow, because it takes a super stupid to be that slow, right? So, with that said, I want to thank everyone for coming to class. That concludes our lesson. Come on now, the bell didn't ring just yet. Concludes our lesson. Hope you take notes. I left the homework on everybody's desk, so you see what it is. And next time you come in, we're gonna have a little quiz or something. All right? Take care. Get home safe, everybody.